It's just really a thrill to be here in this setting to celebrate Scott and Andy.
Wow, I get to see all these people celebrating, and what could be better than that?
We weren't sure about a lot of the decisions about this wedding in terms of they're not going to do this and all that. And I got to say, unless something really weird happens, this is a fantastic wedding.
Good job.
Oh, God, no!
Some of his most endearing, infectious qualities are his enthusiasm, his friendliness, his gregariousness, and his just intrinsic desire to make every single person in the room feel welcomed. Those are wonderful, wonderful qualities, but it did make it a little interesting watching him in his early dating life because someone like that, someone so friendly and welcoming, could have ended up with literally anyone. So if Scott is the golden retriever, Andy's like the house cat, you know? But once you get the chance for her to come around to you and warm up a little, you find there's a lot to love.
From our first date, I'll say, I was immediately smitten with Andy. To say that I need a partner who can engage in debates and intellectual discourse is an understatement. You have very much met and exceeded that bar.
And I win.
And she wins often.
I hope when you look back on this day, you won't remember just all of these people who are here to support you, but you'll remember the fact that in each other you have found an incredible partner.
You may not realize it, but we are gathered here today because of a broken down 2003 Toyota Highlander.
We met in econ class at Middlebury College.
We were quite close through my freshman year.
We drifted apart, and then I came back for an alumni event and my car broke down, and I had to spend a week in Middlebury waiting for a specific car part to come in.
And with all of her closest friends having already left, Andy found herself reaching out to the only person that she knew was still on campus, which happened to be Scott. It's funny to think that if my parents had bought Andy a slightly nicer car, we likely wouldn't be standing here today.
And so I saw her in the dining hall and just kind of like, oh, hey, haven't seen you in a long time.
So we stayed in touch, and he moved home with his parents in Etna. I was living in Dover with my parents, and so we'd come to Sunapee every weekend.
Scotty had just moved home for the summer after graduating from Middlebury, and soon after was dashing off every evening. And one day my curiosity was so piqued, and I asked him, "Where are you going?" And he just very casually said, "Well, remember that friend I had at Middlebury on the swim team? Well, she's in Sunapee this summer, so we're just hanging out."
Even then, didn't feel like it was a really serious relationship. We were both still living at home, and so we agreed that we'd wait until we kind of set ourselves up in Boston individually.
Delicious.
Ooh, very fancy. Wanted to take it slow and make sure that we were really the right person for each other, and I think we certainly know that's true now.
There must be more to this. I desperate wondering, how do we put to rest all of our discontent beneath the shadows of all that we think we want? Is there a light we can see? We chase that Mercury.
Through a year in the luxurious Emerson with the less than luxurious elevator. Through years of living out of bags and scheduling who would stay where, when, into our first apartment together, which felt like an endless party. Through years of commuting to and from work together, to now working together from home every single day. Through a pandemic that allowed us to make our dream move to Vermont. 7 years, and I wouldn't have wanted to do it with anyone else.
I would go anywhere. I would go anywhere. I would go anywhere you choose. I would go anywhere. I would go anywhere as long as I'm going with you.
When we first met Andy, it was not long before we also met Bear, who is another great love of your life.
We love our pets. We love dogs, we love cats, we love all sorts of animals.
We were so excited to adopt Bear when my parents offered.
And then from there, we just added to the menagerie.
It's just like we call it a pack of 7. It's our family.
You have a rare and powerful bond that you've built, day by day, chapter by chapter, animal by animal. That bond was forged and strengthened by this beautiful place where we are today.
You look so
We'll
great.
cut through the mountains and down through the snow. I'll follow you anywhere that you wanna go, as long as we call it our home.
All of those younger versions of yourselves throughout your relationship that came to Sunapee, full of hope for the future and for your life together, are here with you today.
The lake is obviously important to us both. It's where our partnership really started, where we spent countless days relaxing on the water. The lake has always been a place for us to decompress, be together, and let the stress of life wash away for a while. You're my lake because you are just as breathtakingly beautiful. And when we're together, I feel as relaxed as I do sitting on the deck here and listening to the water.
You're incredibly smart. But you aren't only nerd smart, luckily me. You're deeply emotionally intelligent. You have an ability to see people and meet them where they are. You bring an authentic part of yourself to every interaction and make every person feel seen and valued. Probably most of all, definitely most of all, me. You bring silliness, nerdy games, constant singing, and general optimism into our life.
To me, a home is where you should feel the most comfortable and the most at ease. As long as I'm with you, I feel like I can be my realest self. You're my pet evangelist, because I honestly don't know that I would have had the confidence to add as many friends to our family as you have. We get to learn together how to ensure we both grow to our full potential and care for each other unconditionally the whole way through. Sorry. Something we often say to each other when we're doing something we love is best pals.
Best pals.
While it's just a funny little thing we like to say, I think it actually highlights a deeply important element of our relationship. We are best friends. And we approach our relationship through that lens first, always. You are truly my best pal because of everything you are and you will always be.
As your parents, it is such a joy and a thrill to see your life together unfolding. A good partnership is much more than spoken promises or a legal document. It's a deeper commitment based on shared goals and complementary strengths. And Scott, Andy, you guys clearly have this, and it's wonderful to see.
We're together today because of all of you and the ways that you've shown up in our partnership for us from childhood to now and made us who we are and who we are together. Holy, you took my calm, stuffed animal-filled, only child world and brought noise, cap guns, and hundreds of Pokemon cards.
Trayman.
You're a constant and consistent presence in our family who has never a mean word to say and who can bring laughter in the tensest situation. Brian and Sam.
From day one, we were best friends. And for you, the word that comes to mind for me is dedication.
I'm constantly in awe of your poise and your grace. Olivia, I found my sister 7 years ago, and I couldn't be more grateful. I do know that there's no limit to the number of hours I can spend with you and do nothing and just hang out, maybe drink some wine. Mom and Dad, you've always pushed me to be stronger. It's a gift to know that there are two people who will never let us settle for less. While my mom and my dad push us higher, Jane and Lewis, you provide us a safety net to fall.
From as early as I can remember, I felt a constant outpouring of love, support, and guidance from both of you.
We will have hard days and sorrows. No lady time has been borrowed, and you can choose to hear her whisper.
There's a special place a daughter holds in a mother's heart. We can relate to so much that they go through and experience. If we're lucky moms, we're the first phone call they make. When Scott entered Andy's life, at some point he became the first phone call. And I can't say I was truly aware as this progression took place, but I do remember being so happy that she had someone else in her corner.
Learning every morning, like time is no opponent, but just a guide that'll see you through. Girl, don't hide what you know is true.
A marriage 1 year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, not just Fridays and Saturdays, it's the Mondays and Tuesdays and Wednesdays. And I think that's where you guys have always stood out to me as an exceptional couple, because from the very beginning, you were always so comfortable together.
After 7 years, Andy and Scott have decided that they are ready to make this thing official.
Scotty, I truly never imagined that I would be this lucky. You make me feel loved and supported every single day, and you're the best partner in every sense of the word. I vow to never stop playing board games with you, even if I lose. I vow to always clean the litter boxes. I vow to always speak through love, even when we disagree. I vow to not make fun of you when you cry at movies. I vow to always see you and to always appreciate you, and I vow to love you forever.
My vow to you is to make sure you always know exactly what you mean to me. I vow to love and appreciate you every day for being my lake, my house, my garden, my pet evangelist, my home, my best pal.
It is my honor and delight to pronounce you husband and wife. You may now kiss the bride.
Free to love in every moment, like time is no opponent, but just a guide that'll see you through. Girl, don't hide what's inside of you.
Love is friendship caught on fire. It's quiet, mutual confidence, sharing and forgiving. It is loyalty through good times and bad. It settles for less than perfection and makes allowances for human weaknesses. Love is content with the present, hopes for the future, and does not brood over the past. If you have love in your life, it can make up for a great many things you lack. And if you do not have it, no matter what else there is, it's not enough. I love you.